Alright, I'll give it a minute for people to hop on in here. Don't kick this thing off. What's up, y'all? What's up? Right now, I'm just responding to the last of these DMs. So give me 1 minute. A lot of them flowed through last night because of all the structure stuff. Two more seconds here. Alright. Hi, all. Okay. So you guys are free to ask whatever about literally anything. These leadership labs have kind of turned into just like ask about whatever, pretty much. This one's only going to be an hour long, so I'm only going to run it until 10:30 a.m. EST. At 11 a.m. EST. Oh gosh, I died. At 11 a.m. EST, there's a global BT, so make sure you guys go to that if you guys have the spare time to do it. Yeah, I'm in a new setting now for all you guys who watch my normal streams. I'm at my actual house, no longer at my college dorm, so it feels very, very nice. It's not as aesthetically pleasing here as it was my college dorm. Like, this light up here is kind of in an awkward spot, kind of like, because if I turn it off, it makes it too dark, but if I leave it on, it like kind of drowns out my face, so you can't really see me. Plus, I have my blue glasses on because I'm probably going to be on a lot today, so I want to make sure my eyes aren't bothering me from the screen. I'm sort of looking. So yeah, this is my high school I went to, so. Seems like a World War I British Army officer. Yeah, I don't know what the heck this officer hat is. I know it's like not in this era that they wore it, but I was like, okay, sure, it was kind of cool. And I gave my guy like a little bag and like some little packs. Like, this is so I have this. I wear this uniform whenever I'm like on duty. I have like a formal uniform which I'll wear during the parade, and I have my drill instructor uniform for the little BTs that I wear too. So if you guys go to the little BTs, you'll get to see the drill instructor uniform. Which is pretty cool. Draco, that's be horrible. Luigi, when does OA reopen? Okay, so I don't know if you've taken a look at the Trello with how the new system's gonna work. There's no OA. OA will no longer be a thing. There's actually no actual official officer testing with this new system. As of right now, the OA is still running, but like once we implement this new structure, there's no OA. There's nothing. Every regimental leader is like, so the way it works is there's rules set by your division commander, which is the major general. They're gonna set like the ground rules. Your brigadier general of your brigade can add on to those rules if they want. So like if they want to change a rule, they can ask the division commander and they can say, yeah, okay. So basically the rules are set by the MGen of your division and your brigadier general. From there, your regiment has as much individuality and as much choice as they have in free reign over the rank structures and everything. As long as you abide by those base rules, you're good. For commissioning people, like if you're a master sergeant going to become an officer, you do whatever the testing or whatever the case may be for however your brigade and division are run. And then in order to actually get the commission, your brigadier general has to promote you, and they have got to approve the commission. So if your brigadier general thinks, okay, well, I don't like that guy, I don't think he's going to be a good officer, I don't feel comfortable having him, then they can deny it. They have the right to deny it. So that is how the becoming an officer with this new era of CA is going to be. It's a whole different ballgame. We've always had some sort of officer testing system, like ever since I've been in the CA anyway. I've never seen there never be one. So this is going to be a whole different ballgame. I think it's a really good choice. A lot of people really like the command structure, and obviously if you don't, well, it's happening. So deal with it. Learn to like it. Are we getting a lieutenant general? So at the beginning of when these changes are being implemented, I'm not going to have one. I'm going to let headquarters run because we already have most of the ranks have been already decided. I already know where everyone's going to go. We already know what new people are going to get moved up. So with that being said, we're pretty set in stone on most things. We have the rest of this week to prepare, obviously. We'll release more information about who's going where and what rank system a bit early for officers to see, as well as maybe NCOs. It'll probably be officers who see it, so that they have more time to say, okay, here's what's going to happen. I also have the people who are going to be the major generals begin writing up their rules for their divisions, so they can release those as well, so that way that people can take a look at those a bit early and get used to the rule systems. So yeah, as of right now, I do not have anyone lined up for lieutenant general. I put on the Trello that rank is only active if and when needed. So I'm gonna let these changes kind of play out and see how everything's running. And if it becomes a point where I'm like, okay, there's a lot going on and I can use some help, then I will find a lieutenant general. Because the lieutenant general, and everyone's asking like, oh, how do I become lieutenant general and shit? There ain't no vote for that. That's my right hand man. I pick you. You're my pick. I handpick the shit out of you. There's no, oh, I want to be nominated. Nope, there ain't none of that. That rank is strictly created just to help me. So if you want to help me, I have to be able to work with you. I have to know that you're eligible. I have to know that you're willing to work. Stuff like that. A lot of people were also talking to me about ADC and stuff. Because the ADCs are sort of like the internships for being a headquarters member. I was like, oh, I want to get nominated. For ADC, I updated the Trello just a couple minutes ago to make it a little easier to understand. So if you wish to be ADC, the base requirement is you have to be Staff Sergeant Plus to be eligible for it. And from there, Major Plus, so anyone ranked Major, Lieutenant Colonel, or Colonel, including headquarters members, can nominate you to be put up in the position. From there, you'll get an interview from both the MGens, the Lieutenant General / if there is one, and myself. And from there, you can get in. The ADC is meant to just sort of bounce around and help whoever's needed, like get kind of learn the ropes of HQ. And if we like you, then you'll get promoted up to a BGen later on down the road. We have every rank already set in stone. Like we have like good ideas on who's going where, but we do not have anyone an idea for ADC. So ADC is a rank that can be earned by anybody as of right now. That rank is open. I will openly admit to that. Okay, so if you guys are interested, put something somewhere like in quality pings or something such as that. Let everyone know, because I can tell you now, that's a really good rank that offers a lot of experience. It gives you some time to really like learn the ropes of the CA for when it's like to be HQ. I think that's really useful. So when will the structure be in effect? Like beginning or end of next week? So it's starting on Monday, this upcoming Monday. So you guys have, it's what, Tuesday? So 6 days until it starts. Will there be new tech as well? That's not a question to ask me. I'm not a developer. Yep, I have nothing to do with development. That's all up with the owner. The owner runs the development side of the CA. I'm all administrative. A lot of people have also been asking about skirmishes, our raid map and stuff. We have begun, or we have some good ideas and stuff coming, getting thrown in there. A new raid map is coming. I will say that as well. I'm not saying anything about it though. It's because, to be fair, I don't know anything about it. We just know people have begun work because this map is about 3 years old, and that's it. Well, actually, it was implemented around the time when I was a private, so about like 2.5 years this map has been around. So yeah. HQ sounds like too much work. You really think HQ sounds like too much work, bro? A BGen is literally going to be in charge of 2 regiments. My God, that's like being a colonel, nearly, except there's 2 regiments. I'm sorry, but with this new system, there's a zero tolerance policy with HQ people. Like, there's no excuses to not be doing your work because there's so little. All you do is overlook 2 regiments as a BGen, and as an MGen, you just overlook the BGens. Like, you don't even really have to spend. I mean, of course, like right now with the way the BGens run, some of them look over 4 regiments, and they have enough time to delegate to look over all 4 of them. So if anything, with this new system, being an MGen is like being a BGen now, and they do fine. So there is not that much work involved being HQ, unless you get up to where I'm at, then things get a little bit more hectic because you have to pump out a bunch of info and other stuff. But yeah, like if you guys are like considering HQ, or you're like, oh, this looks like too much work or whatever, with this new structure, if you find it to be too much work, then there's a problem. The whole point of this was to alleviate and lighten the workload in general. Imagine we could do that with new tech, that'd be hot. Yeah. Honestly, new tech just doesn't seem to fit with CA. Well, this tech is so old. It's really outdated. We can't find any external groups because no one wants to raid us because no one uses this gun. We are like the only like somewhat bigger scale group that uses this weapon system. And it's a very old and outdated weapon system. And this weapon system is actually the reason that we can't support bigger player servers and why like the BH crashes if we try to ump the server count. Because it uses external way of making these arms move. So every time you make ready, there's a script that is forcing your guy's arms to move that way. It's not just flowing, and it's not any connectors, it's not anything, which is why the game lags so much. Every movement you make, every arm movement your character makes is all within a script. And that script is running for each player every second, every minute. If you go into a slope arms or whatever, those are all scripts running, making my guys' hands do this, which is what makes the game lag so bad. If we could have a weapon system, a newer weapon system that has better scripting and does not force your character to move your hands like this, and it just flows and has animations that actually lock in, the lag is going to be really reduced, and we can support 200 player, 300, however the hell many player servers. Colonel of 2 regiments. No, it's true. Like that's what it's like. With 2 regiments, you can you should know them like the back of your hand. Like these BGens that we have in mind are all very, very skilled, have a lot of like talent, are very good within the community, and they're all new faces, new headquarters. We're trying to sway away from the OG's pathway of things because OG's, well, when you implement a new system that's never been before seen, experience doesn't really matter, does it? It's completely brand new. So what difference does it make? Wait, was there also 5 brigades before? Hell no, there's never been 5 brigades. There's only ever been 3 maximum. Assistant, what's up, y'all? What's up? Clem, you should become HQ. That making Colonel. Geo Mountain, chance. MP. MPOP, for real though. don't know why the stream's so laggy. I have the chat pulled up my phone and I can see the stream and it's like really bad. That's crazy. Hopefully nothing bad's happening. Pull this up just to make sure it's not. Hold on, what the heck is going on with the stream? Okay, I think we should be chilling. Sweet stuff. Okay. But yeah, like this tech is getting a bit old. Like with a new tech, it would introduce a new combat system. Every regiment would have to repurpose how their combat would work, which would be really cool. We're trying to basically what I'm focusing on now is just like repurposing CA and giving it a different structure, making it be something new never before seen. Innovative. I'm a very innovative kind of guy, and innovation is what works in today's world. That's what gets you places, is innovation. So if you guys are not fond of these changes and stuff, like, we'll get through it. These new changes are going to be, of course, never before seen, different. People are not going to be used to it, but that's what's going to make it exciting, because we're all in this together. We're all going to hold hands and go into this new idea, new moral system and everything, you know, not blindfolded, because we have a good idea. Everything's structured, everything's well written, everyone's informed, which is very, very good. The communication between all of CA headquarters in terms of like what's going on with this new thing is phenomenal, which is good. Yeah, we'll make it through. I'm really excited. I think it's going to really bring out the best of the CA. Luigi, do you agree we could do with new tech? Yes, I agree. By the way, Luigi, was there 5 brigades before? To my, unless I'm tweaking, no. There's only ever been 3. Like, sort of like how we have it now. I mean, if we did change the tech, wouldn't it force all of us to learn and adapt on how it works? Well, yeah, it's a new tech. It's brand new. Of course you'd have to learn it. But, like, don't you want something new? Like, is this really how you want to fight people? Like, is this realistic? Like, do you like hiding behind something and jumping over it and shooting like that and deleting your smoke? Like, is that fun? Like, I'm sorry, but I've been in here for 2.5 years and I'm getting about sick and tired of that board. I want something new. CA is using old, very outdated tech, as well as I know how much you guys like going up against external groups. Well, I hate to say it, but no other external groups use this tech. So we can't find any external groups. Like, remember the war? That's gone now. Like, that's no longer a thing. Because of our tech. Like, this is outdated, no one else uses it, I can't find us any external things. So if you guys want the CA to actually grow, and you guys want to actually go up against other groups and meet new people, and maybe even join another group because you thought that group was cool, then we're gonna need to step away from this new tech. I know some people don't like change, and they're like, oh, I don't want to rewrite my doctrine, I don't want to relearn something. Then, well, you're not fit for the CA. I'm just being honest. I hate to be cold and I hate to be like that. You guys know I'm not like that at all. But like, if you aren't willing to put in the time to dedicate and don't want to try and learn something new and give it a shot, then I'd rather have someone else be in the position you're in that actually is eager to learn and wants to develop themselves more. Tech is like 4 years old. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It happened to Zama. There was a bunch of stuff that went down with Zama. I feel really, really bad for Zama. Yeah, I was gonna throw up an announcement concerning stuff like that. I feel as if because like due to all these changes and stuff happening, and just like generality, like even before these changes were announced, like I was sick, I was away, I couldn't really spend much time helping everybody out, like diffusing those situations and stuff. So I wanted to apologize to everyone in the community for if you were wronged or whatever the case may be, and no justice was given. Like with just all these changes and stuff going on, it's very, very difficult very it's like I used to be able to do it like when I first became the commanding general, but now that like there's more situations arising, other such things, I'm getting to a point where I'm unable to really devote enough time to each situation that's going on right now, on top of making sure that these new changes and stuff are being implemented the way I want them to and correctly. It's becoming very difficult for me to delegate enough time to actually help and make sure that the justice is being given to all these people that are like committing crimes, being rude, or whatever the instance may be. So with that being said, I feel really terrible that I haven't really been able to help out everybody as much as I can. And it's probably going to be even worse once these changes are actually enacted on and actually are carried out, because then I have to actively be making sure everything's working. But I'll continue to do what I can. But as of right now, it's just a very bad time to reach out to headquarters, just because of these changes that are coming out. Once they are implemented, reaching out to headquarters will be perfect, because then, like I said, you have a Legion that's in charge of 2 regiments. That's extremely easy to manage, extremely easy to overlook. It's literally, like I say, being the colonel of 2 regiments, which people had done in the past, and it has worked. Like, you can, with 2 regiments, you could literally go to their events. Like, you could literally get a hands-on, eye-to-eye approach to see how that regiment's running, which is really cool. Which is why I think the system is just so perfect. Like, when I was speaking to other HQ about it, as well as Iron, really perfect. Like, we saw 0 things wrong with it. There was absolutely nothing that seems flawed, at least as of right now. About season 6. So the new season, like, we want to run it during the summer because, well, most of you guys are off school. I think, hold on, let me check. I'm pretty sure I had a date written down for it officially starting somewhere in here. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so I must not, I can't find the actual date I had originally written down, but I had written down a date, like an exact date for the start. I can't, let me keep looking. I know for a fact that I want it to run throughout throughout the summertime, because everyone's home. I swear for a fact I put it in here. Maybe I'm tripping out. I have no clue. Yeah, no, I cannot find it. Alright, well, in the instance that I find it, I'll push out that information, but it will be sometime like within the next month or so that things will be kicked off. And now that we have so much HQ staff, like there'll always be a lot of moderation and a lot of like overwatch on each match and stuff, which is really good. Really good stuff. Luigi's basically being a father figure right now, man. He's teaching us life lessons. Hey man, I try. Luigi's goat. Luigi season, yeah, season 6 is happening. It's not happening. Yeah, don't worry about that. Oh yeah, we're having another season. I'm not ruining that tradition just because Plat is gone. That would be very stupid. The seasons are a big thing in the CA. It gives you guys things to look forward to. But like I said, I want more external things. So as time marches along, I'm gonna do everything in my power. If we do get new tech, then that'll be way easier, because right now, like, we're running out of groups. Like, any group that does use the tech we use just is not big enough. Like, take for example that other group. They didn't even use the tech we use, and we still outnumber them pretty heavily. And it made for very silly and stupid and weird matches, which is something I didn't like. So, yeah. Yeah, don't worry about season 6 not still being a thing. I still have no clue why the stream is so delayed. Like, it's gotta be a good, like from what I'm seeing on my phone, it's gotta be a good, like, 5 minutes delay. So if you guys are, like, putting things in the chat, it's taking me forever to respond to it, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's being so delayed today. But whatever, stuff like that happens all the time. Committing crimes, that's why there's MP. Yeah, so MP. A lot of people were asking me uh, about the thing I put in the trail about the military law, saying that a lot of it's going to be outlawed. Um, with the division system and stuff, most ML stuff, like the ranked locks and stuff, isn't going to be in there anymore. Like, it's just not going to be there. ML is going to become um, very loosely based and loosely whatever the heck, you know. It's not going to be as strict anymore. There's not going to be as much written. That's going to be mostly rules just written up by the division commanders and brigades and whatever such things. Like some things that we will be of course keeping is like the crimes and class systems. So MP still has something to look out for. Um, but in terms of like other things like like rank locks and other such things and whatever, like that stuff's going to be no longer because those rules are going to be written up by the B-gens and M-gens. Those are rules that's going to be specific to that brigade, division, regiment, whatever the case may be. So that would mean that a lot of issues and stuff that concerning that will not be handled by MP anymore because there's no need for it. It'll be handled by the B-gens and the M-gens and stuff. But like I said, with the much lighter workload of being an HQ member, with this new structure, there's no excuses for you not to have enough time to look over these situations. Because like I said, like I was just explaining and apologizing about earlier, is like HQ have been struggling to find enough time with their current amount of duties and work they've been assigned to actually, look over everything. So like that's a big thing. With like being unable to help out things just made things worse and worse and worse, and people have begun to hate each other, and it's made the community very toxic. That's something else I want to discuss too. The community's gone very toxic because of situations like that, which is what we don't want. So by lowering the workload, this will allow for B-gens and stuff to, well, there'll also be less to look over, because if you're overlooking 2 brigades, there's less situations arising than if you're overlooking 4 regiments instead of 2, right? That's double the amount of regiments, double the amount of issues that can happen, etc. So with two regiments per brigade system, brigadier generals have a bunch of time to delegate to make sure every situation is being handled. And then, like I said, if a regiment or a B-gen begins struggling with workload, or something happens, or they have to go away for a while, that internship aide-de-camp, bounces around and helps wherever is needed. So, good stuff. I don't know how many of you guys watched the stream last night. I'm guessing most of you probably did not because it was later. Most people were probably the American time zones when they were watching it, unless you guys were up hella late. He had discussed about toxicity within the CA and how it's become a huge issue, which I do agree with. Although I will admit there have been improvements over time, like including the like certified helpers, other such things. Like we have a good side of the community, but like it's very often drowned out by most of the community. And the OGs and stuff do not help because they are, generally speaking, the most toxic ones. I myself included I like to think I'm a pretty nice guy. I'm definitely on the better side of the community. But now that I'm a C-gen, I just can appear bad to some people because I have to put my foot down sometimes, And I don't do that to be a dick. I do that because that's my job. Like, you know what I mean? I'm here. I run the group. I want to make sure it's run correctly and how I want it to be run. And with the discretion of iron and stuff, there's going to be a 0 tolerance policy, like starting quite immediately after these changes are implemented with toxicity. That includes stupid things like putting something like in a chat channel. Like there's 0 tolerance with that. I'm gonna push out a announcement for officers and stuff. If an officer is caught being toxic, they will be decommissioned immediately, demoted to staff sergeant, and be no longer eligible for recommission for half a year. Is the minimum punishment if you continue to be toxic as an officer. That's if you're an officer. If you're like an NCO or a ranker, like you're gone. That's it. Iron was also talking about excommunications and stuff and how they're not that difficult to earn anymore with this new structure. we want to promote the community and we want it to be good. Like Iron made it very clear to me. He even said this in the live stream. If you guys wanted to go into, like pull that up at some point, you can. This is not a direct quote, but I know he said something along the lines of like he doesn't care if there's only 5 people left in the group and only 2 people active on Bunker Hill. He said if it's a good community and it means he has to restart it, then he's fine with it. He said I can always find new people. I can always push out ads, and he's correct about that. So if you guys are, not willing to step up, not willing to be fun, not willing to enjoy things, well, then this community is going to get no better, and the group's not going to get any better, and these changes aren't going to work. You have to accept change. You have to be willing to adapt to it. You have to have fun, be accepting and supportive of other people, right? We're all here for fun. Like, you guys shouldn't look at it as something that you have to be here for, something that's like just a job or something that sucks or something you don't like. This is a game. This isn't meant to be work. Of course, the game comes with work. I'll buy it. It's a group, correct? But still, you guys get where I'm coming from with that. I want you guys to enjoy your time here, right? So there shouldn't even be a reason that you should be concerned or should be especially being given any punishments or anything along those lines should not be being given out. So how would MP punish people and stuff? It's the same thing, same class system, same report system and everything. It's the same old stuff. It's just that there's not as many rules that you guys have to overlook because like obviously a corruption report's a corruption report, right? MP can handle that or whatever the case may be. Treason is treason, right? Someone passing the signs that's not supposed to go past is someone passing the signs that's not supposed to go past, right? You guys can handle any criminal offenses are still fair game. We might give MP some additional other side duties because they are a specialty brigade. They're not part of a division. They're a specialty brigade along with Commander-in-Chief's Guard. So you guys will have plenty of work to do. Your guys' duties aren't going to be changed much. It's just that ML is going to be changed. And there's just not going to be as much for you guys to have to really worry about because, well, like, no one can break the rule of a rank cooldown if that division has no rank cooldown. Obviously, if someone breaks a rule set by a division, then they can report it to you guys, and you guys can handle it just like you would another crime. But it'll be super simple. Like, it's not going to be anything complicated. You guys will get the hang of that stuff. I'm not going to lie about the rank cooldown. So the rank cooldowns and stuff, that's not decided by, like, I am going to have a couple of ground rules set for all divisions to follow. But, like, if it's up to the discretion of the Major General and the Brigadier General on what they do. Because like I said, from higher up sets ground rules and the people below can add on to that, but they can't subtract. So let's say I set a rule, right? A Major General can make their divisions follow that rule and add on to that rule, but they can't subtract it because the rules I set are the rules I set. Those are the minimum, whatever. So I set the base rules. M-Gens can add on to those rules or change or whatever, request a change and do whatever, and B-Gens can add on to those rules set by the M-Gens. So ultimately, all rules are being followed that I have set, all rules are being followed that the M-Gens have set, and B-Gens have the rules that they made for their people. Because when you think about it, if I set a baseline of rules, and the M-Gens add on to it, and the B-Gens add on to it, if anything, that just makes me happier, because that means that they're, you know what I'm saying? That means that they're following the rules even more strictly than I had originally set it, which is good stuff. So that's another reason why it's a great system, because everyone's happy. Every brigade could be run different. Every division, both divisions will be run different. There's a specialty. The specialty brigade is really cool. Take a look at the Trello if you guys haven't already, and take a look at the specialty brigade. I think it's a really cool idea, because we were thinking like the way I originally had it actually was I had the specialty brigade be split. It was a joint commanded. One was in each division. But then I said that would be very, very difficult for the brigade commander to juggle between rules and write up whatever. So we decided to make them separate. So the brigade it has no division. It's just two regiments run by a brigadier general, but that brigadier general is overlooked by both major generals. So that brigadier general's got to be very, very qualified, because they're dealing with the main specialty regiments. I just saw in the chat, yeah, no more toxicity. I talked about toxicity. At the time I'm reading this chat, I talked about this toxicity so long ago. Like literally like 10 minutes ago, I talked about that. I always fight for the zero tolerance for toxicity. And this is only not your point. Finally, yeah, see, you guys seem really happy about the toxicity stuff. Yeah, that's good. I'm really glad that we're finally gonna take a step in that. I feel like I as a CGen haven't done much with the toxicity. Of course, like we have like some, like I've tried to get the community better with like the Tomb of the Unknown Lands Corporal coming out is good, really good, really good. That's very meaningful with the community. The Certified Helper channel is very good. The medal system kind of improves the community, gives you guys something to work for on your uniforms and stuff. But like I never like really like took it matters in my own hands and like directly just said, okay, fuck the toxicity, let's get rid of it. So yeah. Oh, Alex is in here. Hi, Alex. I always feel like CA is really toxic and you're finally implementing it. Yeah, I do agree. Like like once like some things, like I said, like all like those little additions to the CA have helped it, but they've never fully alleviated the issues. So it's kind of just like damn, it kind of stinks. So yeah, with like a very hands-on approach, degens and stuff. Obviously, officers are going to be the first line of defense in terms of toxicity because they're obviously going to work the most alongside everybody within their regiments on a day-to-day basis. So NCOs and officers are the first line of defense. Then you're on the headquarters staff or like your high com members and stuff. High com members and like your junior headquarters staff members, such as your BGEs and ADC. Like they can overlook the officers and NCOs and make sure the people that are overlooking other people aren't being toxic themselves. And then from there, you obviously have the MGens, Lieutenant General, when / if there is one of myself, who will overlook everything else. So there will definitely be a lot of moderation in terms of like ensuring that nobody is being toxic. So I don't see that being an issue at all anymore with the new system. Zero tolerance, I don't agree with, but it's the version of decisions, so I can't really protest. Well, like we said, Dana Ross, like if one person's toxic, it ruins the whole community. Like it's when you take a moment to really think about it, it's true. Like people shouldn't be people shouldn't be assholes out here. There should be no reason for like there are young kids that are in this group. You only have to be 13 to join the group. 13-year-olds should not be subject to being told that they're pieces of garbage, shouldn't be seeing slurs and stuff thrown about. Like, that's not how that should work. Like, you can be competitively, like, talking about, like, you know, with seasons and stuff. Like, it's a competitive playing field, right? You obviously can, like, do, like, a little bit of, like, smack talk in a competitive way. Like, that's just how the world works. Like, if you get killed and you say, oh, you suck. Okay, like, yeah, like, that's competitive banter. Like, that's fine. But like some of these people, like come on, you know, like we have people doxing each other. We have people like day by day, like ridiculing people for one thing to happen. Like that's where we draw the line. No, that should not be in the CA. That is not welcome in the CA. That is not like to be exercised in the CA. So yes, there should be at least like a 3-strike policy or something similar. Well, with that kind of stuff, I don't see there being a strike policy. Like, if you're dossing someone, okay, goodbye. If you're talking to someone every day, you know what you're doing is wrong. Like, you know what you're doing is incorrect, and you know that you're not being a very good person for the things you're doing. So that's not right. So you shouldn't be doing that. What you want from Victor? Yeah, we need we need Victor at that parade, Alex. We need him to hype us up. Yeah, make sure you guys. Where the hell did I put that? I know we have some COs and stuff in here. Did I put it in announcements or did I put it? Because I definitely buried it in announcements. It's in shouts. Okay. I know most of you guys saw it, but take a look at shouts. I put the parade op word, which is like order of operations. And it gives you the information of how the parade's gonna actually work and like how like the regiments are going to line up and move and form and whatever else. So make sure you guys are reading that. Make sure you guys are prepared for that. Yeah, Victor at the last parade was a trip. He cracked me up. God, this stream is so freaking laggy. Like, y'all are commenting and stuff, and I'm like responding to it like literal like hours later. That's not right. Yeah, I'm gonna make Victor Lieutenant General for sure. For sure, y'all, for sure. Yeah, something else that's been like up for heated debate is a lot of people have just been talking about like, oh, HQ only ever lets like each other's friends in, like that's just how it works. To that, I would say that is correct. Like that has been how it's happened in the past. That's not happening anymore. Your eligibility to get HQ is determined off of like your experience and stuff that you have. There ain't none of this friendship bullshit. That's stupid. Um, that also ties together with the only way to get into HQ is to be ADC first, unless for a like a specific reason or an emergency situation, you have to be ADC first, which would mean you'd have to literally be Staff Sergeant Plus to get it to begin with, and on top of that, you'd have to be nominated and then voted in by everybody, and then from there you can be promoted. So like let's say we lose a BGen, right? We have a brigade that has no BGen and there's no ADC to fill that spot. Well, we'll hire on a new ADC, and the ADC will just be acting like brigadier general of that brigade. And if we determine that they're worthy, then we hire them in and promote them, and then we get a new ADC lined up. So the ADC is basically just brigadier general in training. They help out wherever is needed, and if a situation comes up or we lose a brigadier general, they can step in. Is Zama gaining a recom? Or what's going to happen? I heard he wanted to get commissioned again, even though he went through stuff. Didn't he get accepted? What's up with that? So, I have not been actively paying attention with the Zama situation. I don't know. Like he hasn't messaged me or contacted me for a little while, or I don't know if he's contacted other HQ. I'm not going to recommission anybody who's asking for it until this new structure is added out. Once this new structure is out and we push everything out from there, we can figure all that shit out. There's just so much shit going on. Like I was just talking about this earlier. There's just so much shit going on that like we've gotta focus on the big picture here. Like I said, I do everything I can to try and help out every little situation. Everyone's like problems and other such things. But like with all this stuff happening, it's very, very difficult to struggle through it. Which is why once we get this new structure implemented and the ball starts rolling, people are going to have a lot more time to delegate to actually make sure everything's being run smoothly and done correctly, which is really good. So, yes, justice will be given for Zama as soon as the structure is given out. Because from there, he can contact whoever his BGen is about it, and they can make a decision from there. Because with no new OA and other such things, well, that's up to the BGens and the MGens' discretion. So, good stuff. Luigi, sometimes you need to take matters in your own hands. Like what? When have I not been taking into my own hands? Give me an example. That came off very passive aggressive. So give me an example. Tell me what you want me to do. You can't give me something general. It doesn't tell me anything. God, this stream is so delayed. It's gotta be at least 10 minutes delayed. Holy moly. Oh my god. That's freaking Shoot the Bunny in the chat. I know Shoot the Bunny. And I know that PFP from anywhere. I Shoot the Bunny. Alright y'all, it is 10:12 as of right now. As of right now, it is 10:12 EST. I don't know when this is gonna play in the recording or when you guys are gonna hear this, but it's probably not gonna be at 10:12 EST. Shit is so delayed. I will say this leadership lab has not been about anything about leadership. It's just been, well, I guess you know what, this is leadership because HQ is the CA leadership, and so is all the regiments and stuff. So yes, this is a very, very useful leadership lab. Very, very informative. I figured everyone was going to be asking about it because it's a big thing in the CA right now. So yeah, that's totally logical for you guys to talk about. I mean, it's not like there's any like battles or anything going on right now, so isn't much to really talk about tech-wise. But yeah, like new tech and stuff. Like, I'm sorry, but like this looks really dumb. Like, look at this. Like, it's all blocky. Like, I just feel like I'm like a statue almost. Like, it just looks like forced and looks really stupid. And on top of that, I just don't like how the combat is. Yeah, I see you in the chat, David, saying you understand it. This is completely off topic, but in the future, will there be an IRL age requirement for a specific rank, officers above? So that's actually a really good question. So as of right now, actually, to be a developer, IRL has a very strict policy of 16 and up to be a developer because he wants them to be mature. He said he has and will make exceptions for people if they have proven to him that they can be more mature than their age. In terms of officers and stuff, like there's some phenomenal officers that we have that are younger, and that's just how it happens. Like, it's like, you know, if you're good, then you're good. Most officers we have now are generally older. Like most officers, like there's just like the demographic is most NCOs are younger than officers. Officers usually a little bit older in terms of real life age. That's just because, well, with age comes more responsibilities. You learn more about whatever the hell, you learn more about life. So you're usually able to like manage your time better. You have more skills. You know more about the group. You have whatever. You learn things faster because you're smarter, right? With age comes a lot of like learning experiences, and you're a whole different person. You know, me when I was compared to me now would definitely not have time management or skill sets to be the GCT General CA. That's just how it works. Not trying to single anybody out who's younger, but I'm just being truthful. So with that being said, like I said, some people are just really good. Like some young people just have the skill sets to be there. So I don't see a purpose to really have like a minimum age requirement. It's of course, if you're younger and it's very clear in your voice, it's very difficult to earn your men's respect because people will bash you for your voice. But with the zero tolerance policy, like I was discussing about earlier, no one should be making fun of you. So yeah. And yes, that is, by the way, looking out things because she works from home sometimes. And yes, I do have a girlfriend. She's very pretty. She's very, very nice. Oh yeah, I remember Garlic. Oh yeah, the clown. Funny. By the way, I don't know what I'm shooting at. I'm just kind of shooting. I'm just kind of showing off. Like this is the combat, guys. Like this is not how combat was. Like realistic combat, you were not jumping and shooting. Like you would come on up, take your time, aim in your shot, and pop, right? That's how combat should work. That's how I want the CA combat to look. That's how I want it to be. Realistic. I want the tech to be more immersive. I want you to feel like you're actually in a battle. Like, I don't want you to feel like you're in a cartoon. Like this just is... Doing this to kill somebody just doesn't sit right with me. Like, it's weird. No other group has that. And that's why whenever a group sees our game, they think it's funny as shit. They think it's a joke. It's like, what the hell is that? You know what I mean? Like imagine in real life you're walking down a trail. Imagine you're walking down this trail, right? You're walking towards me, and all of a sudden some freaking redcoat or Continental Army soldier jumps out from behind a bush and shoots like this, and then just throws their gun on the ground and picks it back up and it gets rid of the smoke. Like what? That makes no sense. It's very stupid. And yeah, I see people are asking the same questions multiple times. Just if you're asking a question, give it a minute for the stream delay to pick up. To be honest, by the time this picks up, the stream's probably gonna be over. Actually, I'm gonna turn up the volume to see what I'm actually talking about. Yeah, that's very delayed. That ain't right. still just alright. This combat. Like I started moving like 10 minutes ago. Luigi, since you mentioning recommissions, how about getting rid of it altogether? What, recommissioning people? Well, if you were wrongfully decommissioned, then I see no problem in giving you commission back. But like, if you're an OG member or something, yeah, it's not happening. Well, like when myself included, I was recommissioned back into the CA, and I was immediately brought up as a major and then lieutenant colonel quite quickly, and then I was offered this position and took it. It's very uncommon to find like OG members who have the drive, like care about the group anymore like they used to. They're OGs for a reason, and they left for a reason, and that's because they were burnt out. They were burnt out of the CA. And in terms of like experience goes, well, with this new structure and stuff, no one has experience with it. So if you're like an OG member and you want to come back and you're like, oh well, I have the experience, well, you have none with this. The people who are currently living through it, you guys who are here right now, are actually going to have the experience with it. So you guys are actually more qualified than the OGs are to fill those positions. So I see no reason in giving a recommission back to someone because of their former experiences or whatever. How much stream delay is here? Alex, right now I see that chat. Right now I see you chatting how much stream delay is here. So whenever I talk about that, that's how much stream delay is here. I've never ever seen my streams delayed this bad. Like I have been running around shooting for the past how long now? Like 10 minutes, and I'm watching this stream on my phone and I have not started moving yet. So I'm just gonna, to be honest, like let the stream play and just like see where it goes, because I'm gonna end this stream and it's because I'm gonna be talking about something and it's so stupid. So I'm just gonna stop answering questions and just chill. Let the stream delay pick up to make sure that it has enough time to play before 10:30. that shit's bad. 10-minute delay, a minute delay. Yeah, that's bad. So I had 8-minute delay. So I'm like, what I'm talking about now is going to be streamed at the end, so I'll have just enough time. So I guess I'll do my outro right the hell now and just watch the stream. Thank you guys for watching the stream. It was a nice stream. I hope to see you guys at the Global BT at 11 a.m. EST. We'll run no later than 1 p.m. EST, and we'll go from there. So yeah, peace the hell out. I guess I'll just mute my mic and just chill here for the rest of the time. The hell.